Yo, what's good, everyone? This right here is about to be a 3 indicator strategy video. It's real simple if you go about it the right way. I really fuck with indicators every now and then. I mean, if you know me, you know I don't really have them shits on my chart, but I definitely want to be able to provide y'all with easy strategies that y'all can easily go ahead and throw on your charts ASAP to go ahead and see some type of difference within market and yourself, because everything that be getting put out on here and shit like that is just straight ass. So this right here is going to get y'all right if you go about it the right way, like I said. And so this right here, I mean, you could really fuck with it on like the 1 hour, 4 hours. It's really like a higher time frame thing. You're not going to use this for no 5 minute, no 15 minute, or anything like that. This right here is really just to let you know kind of where market is about to go, market direction, I guess I would say. And you can use it for entry points if you want to. But again, this is not just to be used of, hey, throw these indicators on there and boom, you got buy and sell activity going crazy, right? You want to have this shit on there and then combine it with what you already have marked up. And then, you know what I'm saying, it'll play out a lot more easier. So that's how I'm personally using it. I just started fucking with this like what's today? Wednesday, Friday. So I just started fucking with this on Wednesday. And so I've only been using it for a few days, but so far it's fine. Everything on here runs pretty smooth. And like I said, this is not to just be saying, hey, let me come on here and let me hop into this trade because I got a crossover or whatever. You're not going to want to use it like that. You're going to use it as extra confluence. And if you use it with your confluence, you will be snapping, going crazy. So what you want to do is you want to go over here to the indicators and you want to type this in high, low. And so when you type in high, low, let's type it in together. So you're gonna want this one right here. I don't know who this is, but you're gonna want theirs. It's in the public library. You click that, start, do what you want to do with it, and add it to your chart. And then the next one you want to do is SAR. It's just SAR, parabolic SAR. None of these. Click this one right here, start, do what you want to do with it, but add it to your chart. So when you add it to your chart, everything should look, well, it's not gonna look like this actually. Your SAR is definitely not about to be like this. So what you want to do is go to your settings for your SAR. And first thing first, I think I did change my inputs. So add this in here. It's probably like 0.02 or some shit like that, but just change it to 0.01, 0.01, and zero point 0.2 on this. And then over here, so I have mine, as you see on my charts, I keep my candlesticks all black. I don't really care for a bull bear candle. It makes no difference to how I trade. So same as that thing with my indicators. I'm kind of keeping them all black, just keep the aesthetic like that. But for this right here, I think when y'all first have it, it should be like on some crosses or some shit like that. You can either change it to your line graph. And so let me make this slimmer real quick, because I just literally changed it, the thickness right before I started the video. I don't know which one I'm fucking with right now. I don't know if I want it to be like this, you know what I'm saying, to see for the crossover, or like this. It's definitely up to you how you want to do it, but damn sure not fucking with that. So right now I'm just gonna keep it for this, for the video's sake. Change it to whatever color, do what you want to do. But you could either do this line or you can do step line. So they're both fine. They both work the same exact way. But I don't know. I'm fucking with the line right now, but this step line will get you right too. Because let's see for the step line, for example, how this cuts off for a sell. You see how like the steps go down, right? And then vice versa for a buy, the steps are going up. So, I mean, that's why I would fuck with the step line on the SAR. But just because it looks like so much shit is on my chart, I changed it to the line just so simple cutoff, something like that. And like I said, I'm not using this indicator or these indicators just to be like, hey, I got these indicators on my chart. Whenever this shit cross over, I'm getting into the trade. Like, no, I'm just adding this shit as extra confluence, and it just helps out when I'm getting to my entries. So yeah, like I said, you can change to whatever you want to. I don't recommend like the cross or anything like that, at least with how I'm about to show you how to use it with this high-low thing, because I like the way the line and the step line cuts it off and makes it real simple to know when to get into your entry or whatever. Like I said, change the thickness to whatever you want to. Right now, I'm probably gonna keep it right here just for the video. But personally, I'm not fucking with how thick it is. I like it like this. And yeah, there's like so much is on my chart when it's like this. But I think that should be good. And then we go over here. I don't think I changed anything for these settings. Yeah. For this, I have it on the line. Again, you could do the step line, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference as it's already moving in the step or whatever. So I have both of them as lines and both of them as black. I didn't change any of the inputs. Yeah, there's no inputs to change. So you should be straight with that. So what you're going to want to do with this is, well, at least how I'm using it as of right now, it's a cutoff point. So if you have never traded the SAR indicator, the SAR is, let's actually go through each of these real quick. So the SAR, let's get rid of this one, show this SAR. All right, so this is what the SAR is doing by itself. This is the one that I was talking about if I want the line this thick or whatever. So you see how right here, for example, it cuts it off. It completely like runs through that shit completely 100%. So when it does this, it's basically telling you that market direction is changing up. And like I said, I did change the settings on this. The SAR is one indicator that I don't think you need to change the settings too much on, because it's pretty accurate by itself, like already on default settings. But just a quick note, if you are adding any other indicator to your chart, do not have that shit on no manual settings or no auto settings. Like, you need to go in there, you need to back test about 5 good hours to figure out which settings work for it, because you cannot just throw on no indicators on your chart and expect to be successful in any type of way. And that shit is already given to what was like the settings and everything like that. Like, you need to upgrade your own settings. But the SAR is one indicator that you don't got to do that shit on. But like I said, I did change to like 0.1 or some shit like that instead of the 0.2. So I'm fucking with this, how this goes so far. But the SAR is just one indicator that works well by itself without having to go too crazy in the settings. So please do not go in the settings and try to go crazy with it. It's not, no reason to be fancy with this one. But with that being said, the SAR, what it does is it literally cuts market off and lets you know to get the fuck out of market and to get into a new entry, basically. So when you're trading this, you're not going to want to be trading this shit during consolidation, okay? And like I said, this is based on a 1 hour, 4 hour, anything above the 1 hour, it runs smooth. You can go 1 hour, 2 hour, it does not matter. The daily, it does, well, actually on the daily, do not run this shit on the daily, because the way both indicators work together, that I'll show you what it looks like. It just looks stupid. Like, it's not going to be any type of helpful at all. So you're really going to want to fuck with the 1 hour through the 4 hour. That's really the main thing to work with. So what you're doing within this, you damn sure do not want to trade consolidation. There is no reason for you to be looking for any type of entry during consolidation. So don't message me and being like, yo, why the fuck is this shit not working? Well, probably because you're in the consolidating market and you get into a buy when it cuts off for a buy. Like, why the fuck would you get into that? Why would you get into a sell right here when it tells you to? It just don't make no sense. You feel me? So you're not going to want to use this during consolidating market. You're going to want to use this after market is done consolidating or doing this correction, whatever it's doing. You want to just stay patient, because if you stay patient with these indicators, I mean, it's golden if you're already adding it, which you already have on your charts and stuff. So right here, the SAR completely cuts this off, right? But again, this is consolidating market, so we're not really fucking with it. But right here is a cleaner example. You see how it completely cuts this shit off? Like, it literally cuts it off and says, we do not need this over here. We are not coming over here, right? So how you can look at it as it's literally just cuffing this up, right? This is one whole move that it's doing. So with this right here, it's basically telling you to sell. Let me change this fucking color real quick. Let me change this to red. Get that right there. All right, bet. So right here, it's telling you that now you need to be selling, right? Because it cuts it off and now it's hugging over here. And so same thing down here. When it's cut off like this, it's telling you, okay, I'm buying now. Again, now I'm selling, now I'm buying, right? So that's exactly how you would want to use this when you're getting into your entries. The SAR is simply going to be cutting off market. And that's exactly why you don't want to use this shit over here, because this is not telling me to sell. This is not telling me to buy. You know, that shit just don't make no sense. So do not trade this SAR during any type of consolidation. Do not do that shit. It is not going to work. It do not make no sense. You would just, that shit is not going to go, it's not going to go okay. So like I said, you're able to use this. Let's go through this replay mode real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so over here, for example, we can go back a little bit more since it did pop off. All right, so you see how it's telling you to go bullish? No reason to be doing that shit. It is consolidating right now. No reason to think, oh, I'm bullish in this market. No, no, no. And so as you see right here, it cuts it off. And as it cuts it off, what you can do now is get into your sell position. Go ahead and do what you have marked up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that shit is adding up together. You don't want to just hop into positions because the indicator tells you so. Don't do that shit. Make sure everything is adding up within your own confluence. And so right here, get into your sell, make your bread. So up here, let's see it cut off. You see how it cuts it off? This is live example basically on how to cut it off. So don't be thinking, this is not a lagging indicator at all. This indicator does not lag. If anybody studies indicators, you know what I'm talking about. This is not lag. As you see, that shit is going to cut off when it needs to cut off. And that's why I said fuck with like the 1 hour through the 4 hour, just because it works very smooth within these time frames. Cause like when you go to the 15 minute, I mean, the shit is gonna be looking like this the whole entire time. It just don't make no sense to try to trade that. So as you see, get into a buy position, do what you gotta do. I'll play it right here. Yeah, let's watch it real quick so you can see what I'm doing. You get into a sell, right? Cuts it off. Get into a buy, all right? Cuts it off. But what's this over here? Let's just pause it real quick so y'all know what I'm talking about. Do not think that this did you dirty. It didn't do you dirty at all, because as you see, once this cut off right here, bullish as fuck, right? It gave you a clean entry, but do not think that this was, oh, let me get into a sell just because it cut it off. No, already add what you got going on, like I said, and you'll be straight, okay? You could already seen some shit like this. Well, let's see, we had a consolidating market right here, and we already had our impulsive move. Could have simply had easy fill levels drawn out. All within here, right? For good entry. Do not think that this is telling you to sell. No, this is over here letting me know I'm bullish as fuck. I'm buying, right? So again, do not do that shit and message me and be like, yo, what's going on? No, you just fucking up. That's all that is. You just need to stay patient and wait for clean entries to present themselves. And that's why I said, again, on the 1 hour and 4 hour, if you just stay patient, the bag is going to be here. Like if you got into this buy right here, for example, quick 145 pips. You got into this sell right here. Quick 100 pips. It's a quick bag. Like I said, it's on the hour time frame. This is what, July 27th over here. So this happened just a couple of weeks ago. Like this is going to happen in live market. So if you stay patient, you can definitely catch that shit. So let me go ahead and stop talking about this SAR. We're going to throw this other one in there. This right here is going to be the high low one. So this is why I combine both of them. As you see, the SAR is to cut off, right? And so what I fuck with about this other indicator is that it cuts off at the same time. Like, let me play this out real. Let's go back to live market so we can see what's popping real quick. All right. So right here, this is how you're going to want to use it together, like both indicators together. The high low, I think is, I didn't get too much in detail with it, so don't come from me. I think it's just going through the highs and lows of the market, because I know if I put my pivots on here, it's basically going to be going higher high, lower low, all that shit right there. So that's what these are marking up, right? All the higher highs, all the highs and all the lows. That's what this is. It is not no Bollinger Bands. It's none of that shit. It's what this is right here. Like I said, it's on the public library. So I don't know if the nigga tweaked it any type of way or not, but he's fine for putting it on here. And so I'm fucking with it. And so how you want to use it with the SAR is whenever it cuts off again, just like this, you're able to ride that sell down, right? So let's say this sell, for example. The reason I like this is because, again, the SAR is cutting off, and you see how it's like respecting this. Like I just fuck with that, like alone just from that. Like it's just letting me know that these two indicators work very well together just from that. Like if you study indicators or add indicators on your chart, when you have a couple that go together very well and work good together, like you damn sure want to always keep those together. So this is like the SAR, and this is what I would use together rather than just the SAR or just this high and low indicator. Like when you put both of them together, it's a completely different story. So right here, for example, we have it cutting off, right? So let's say we get into our sell right here. The reason I like this is because you can use it for your TPs and your stop losses. Again, you're not going to want to just hop into these trades just because this shit is cutting itself off and saying, hey, get into a sell right now and put your TP and stop loss right here because the indicator told you so. No, I'm not saying do that shit. But as for these examples, I will place them like that. But again, you're going to want to add this with extra confluence that you already have as a trader. You don't want to just throw this shit on there and expect to be a millionaire. Like, no, you need to make sure everything is adding up together so that when you do, let's say you're already looking for a sell position, right? When you get this crossover, that's going to be like, damn, it's time to get into the sell. Like my indicators are matching up. It's letting me know that market's about to fall down, right? So I was putting this down here so you can see that this is how you place your TP. And I'll put my stop loss either at this level or a little bit above it, however you do it. If you know me, I don't place stop losses. I do my stop losses mentally. So it's up to you how you want to do this, but you could place it like this, but you would have your TP right here, right? And again, you have a whole entire trade just off of this cutoff. So it's possible. It's damn sure possible, but it's not going to be consistent, like as consistent to where you can do this shit full time based off of this. I mean, shit, if you do, definitely let me know. Congrats to you. You snapping right now. But as of what I'm seeing right now, you can definitely catch a bag on it, but just do not go in here depending on these two indicators forever. Like it's just not going to work like that. But I like the way these indicators work together because they just see SAR is cutting off market as well as cutting off this indicator, right? And then as that happens, this drops all the way down here. So I'm already letting me know like, okay, I'm good for a sell. And now the sell is about to hit for 88 pips if I go for this TP. And like I was saying, if you were already looking for a sell position within here and then you get this cutoff and then you see this drop for TP levels, it's just that extra confidence that's like, yep, I'm getting into this sell. I know what I'm doing. My markups match up and now my indicators are matching up my markup. So it's just hella confluence altogether that just makes you confident to get into this trade. So let's go ahead and get into this trade. Let market do what it's got to do. and TP basically smashed, ran through, however you want to call it. That's what happened with it. And so again, we're still selling, right? But just want to put that out. We're still selling within here. The SAR has not cut us off yet. So if you did not take your bag, if you did not TP, if you did not do anything, you should at least be risk-free. When you fell down like this, let's say you just got into this trade because the indicator was right, for example, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna test it out. If you caught 30 fucking pips, you better be risk-free, or you better have already taken out. Like, you legit just made bread by not even having a bias. You just trusted the indicator. You feel me? Like, make your bread when you need to make your bread. Do not try to hold that shit forever. You do not want to hold your trades based on the indicator. That shit does not make no sense. You need to have your own bias and combine what you know with everything. So right here, I don't know if it's gonna drop down any lower. We're gonna see. Oh yeah, indicator cut us off. So TP basically smashed to the fucking pip, 88 pips, quick bag. So right here, now it's saying that we need to get into a buy position. If you are having a bullish bias and it's just letting you know what to do, I mean, up here is pretty high. So I'm not gonna lie, as me, I'm not gonna get into this trade just because, I mean, I'm kind of waiting for that shit just to drop a little bit. But for the video's sake, let's go ahead and run that shit up. Just get into a buy, just see what pops off. I don't know where my stop loss is gonna be because I don't care right now. I just want to see what pops off within this buy and see if we're gonna be right. And again, y'all need to go back test this indicator. Like, don't just be hopping into these indicators and then go in the live market and say, well, Holt told me that I can do this shit. Like, no, you need to go in there and make sure you know what the fuck is going on. So let's see what's popping within here. Yeah, no bread really being made. As you see, we have a cutoff right here. And when we have a cutoff right here, I mean, well, let's see how much we made with this. Quick 27 pips. I mean, you had all that drawdown. Like I said, I was not getting into this entry right here. It came down to where I would have preferred my entry right here. That would have been straight. Because, I mean, come on now. Like, there's no reason getting into no fucking buy, and the indicator tells you to buy right here. Like, you got to put your common sense together. Okay. But right here, when we get a cutoff, and since we're in a bullish bias, honestly, I want to clear these highs right here. What I'm personally going to be waiting on is for a bullish crossover, right? There's no reason for, I mean, you can definitely ride a sell, no problem with doing that. But with us having a bullish bias, let's just simply wait on the buy. Cutoff, right? Let's get into this buy. Stop loss, wherever the fuck you want to have it at, does not matter. And let's just have TP up here at these highs and see how this runs. Can we smash the TP? Can we do that? Yes, we can. Like, come on now. It's just like that, right? So that's just simple of just adding your bias. You know, like if this shit would have continued selling or gave me a sell right here, for example, and I'm bullish, you know, it's just don't hop into that sell just because, like, let's say you was right here, for example. I know y'all need some live market examples. So let's say we right here, right? We're bullish, we're doing our thing. And then we see this pop off. And you're like, fuck, I'm in the buy right now. How much are you up? You're up 25 pips. I mean, that's straight. It's nothing major. You can at least be running risk-free. You've probably already hit 50 pips or so. But let's say this shit does happen to you. And you're like, oh, what do I do? I'm in the buy, but my indicator cut me off. And now it's telling me to sell. And I don't know what to do. It's all good. You need to have your own fucking bias. If you have your own bias, you have nothing to worry about. If you're in a bullish bias, trust your shit. Okay, do not go otherwise just because this indicator told you so. Because if you were to delete this indicator, then what? Then you have nothing but a bias, right? You still have your bullish bias. So do not worry about this indicator fucking you up. Now it's completely different if you're up here with the bullish bias right here and this shit is telling you to sell. Now that's on some other shit. You're not going to want to be like, oh, well, I mean, I'm bullish, even though this shit is telling me to sell. I'm gonna be bullish. No, as you see, like, no, this is completely different. Over here is your understanding that we already have taken our buy. We've already had a cutoff right here. We see that we're continuing to make higher highs, right? So let's let market do its thing. And as you see, if you just stayed a little bit patient, what happens? You have another cutoff. And again, consolidating market. What is this? What did I already say about that shit? You don't want to trade no consolidated market. So who gives a fuck about it crossing over like that, right? Your buy is bullish, okay? So let's say we just got in late now. Even though we have a position down here, let's say we got in late, stop loss, wherever the fuck you want to have it, because I don't care. Let market do its thing. Bread. You make bread, right? You know what you're doing, right? You had a bullish bias, right? The indicator gave you a crossover, right? You're making higher highs, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is real easy if you go about it the right way. So you could have easily had your buy position down here, eating. You're not worried about this shit. Buy position right here, eating, right? Over here, you're not worried about all this shit. Sell position, eat. If you're a buy from here, and this, like I said, this right here, I'm not getting into the buy when this cuts me off. And again, this just goes into you personally. When you go back and you, hopefully y'all go back test this shit and not just throw them on your charts and say, well, now I'm a trader because I got indicators that go crazy. Like, no, you need to go back test. You need to familiar yourself with this. You need to understand how this works. One thing you can for sure do, like one thing when I'm back testing or anything, just fucking with market, trying to figure new things out, I watch this shit like it's a movie. I literally just watch it like it's a movie. Cut off, cut off, cut off, cut off. Just watch the indicator. Just get familiar with the indicator. Just understand it, right? Just get familiar with it. So that's one thing you definitely gonna want to do. Just go watch that shit. Throw them on there. Get the replay mode. If y'all don't have it, y'all damn sure need to get the replay mode if you want to be a trader to just back test. And if you don't have the free version, if you don't have the paid version, you have to get the free version. You run that shit up. And even if you don't want to get the free version, like to pay for it soon, on the free version, like on your regular trading view, you can go to the daily time frame and back. Well, let me take that back because like I said, let me show you this daily time frame real quick. This shit is just not what you need. For SAR wise, definitely. But for this other indicator, do not run that shit. I'll probably make a separate video for the SAR because I have other combinations with the SAR that go crazy. But as you see, the SAR is a nice indicator. It lets you know when market is cut off. And like I said, if you were right here, for example, let's get my replay mode over here. Let's say you had a bullish bias. You already have enough bullish information going on. And let's say you just wanted to wait for confirmation with your indicator. Now what do you have? Now you have confirmation with your indicator. And were you not in the bullish bias already? So let's get into your buy. Let's have your stop loss wherever the fuck you want to have it. It does not matter. Have your TP wherever you want it. Catch your bag. Your bag does not affect mine. Here we go. Just SAR. Okay, with your bias combined. You're not just taking these trades because the SAR tells you so. You can if you want to, but just don't message me when that shit blows your account. I don't got time for that shit. Okay, so right here you had 14 pip drawdown and we hit 731 pips just off of the SAR and understanding that we're bullish. Just little confirmations like that. And again, you go down this on a daily time frame. So if you was on a 1 hour time frame, I'm sure you had more confirmations within that itself. And that is probably the same as that trade that popped off right here. As you see, bullish, 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 right? Like, come on now, this shit is too easy. So yeah, y'all should definitely fuck with these indicators. Actually, you can add this one on there as well. This is something else you can do. Let's add these back, high, low. You can also add a moving average. So let me see my settings for this moving average. Come over here. Nope, wrong one. I want my moving average. I don't want that. All right, you know what? Fuck you. Let me come over here then. Moving average. Yo, I don't want them settings. I want these. All right, well, either way, moving average not working. I got this shit over here for 3. It should just be a 3 moving average, and I have that shit at 0. Whichever one you could put 0 for it, put that shit at 0 and make sure it's closed. I don't know why it's not fucking with me, but either way, you can use this in the same exact way. So I like this. I like to have the moving average on there every now and then when I'm just checking to see overall market direction. Like I said, I'm not using these indicators to just go in the market and say, hey, this is my trade, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm just using this as extra confluence. I don't have these on my charts. I only throw them on my charts when I'm like, okay, I'm bullish. Let me see how these indicators are adding up to make sure I might be on the right way or in the right direction, right? That's how you should go about this. So with the moving average, it's really the same as that process. You see right here how the moving average crosses the SAR as well. That's just great confluence. As a trader, you want as much confluence to give you as much confidence as possible. You don't want to take no trade not knowing what's going on. Every single trade you take, you have got to be a confident trader. We are all confident people. Every trader is confident as fuck. They are about their shit. They are coming in here and making racks. They cannot come in here scared. Okay, at all. That shit does not work. So with this right here, it just adds extra confluence because now we have 3 indicators that are all working together to give me overall market direction. And when I already have a bias, now I'm just applying an entry. However your entry method is, now you just apply that and you ride market. Simple as that, right? So right here, as you see, the moving average cuts the SAR off. as well as the SAR already cutting market off. Great bullish example, right? As you see again, cuts it off, but look where we're at, consolidated market. Bearish, it cuts it off right here. SAR cuts it off. It's just great. Like, it's just the moving average cuts off is almost the same as that time as the SAR. So I love it. I love to know that, okay, bet my moving average is moving along with everything, because now I just have 3 confirmations along with just the indicators to let me know I'm in a bullish market or a bearish market. And one extra thing you could do if anything does confuse y'all about this, let me go ahead and take this moving average off since it's not fucking with me like that. You can come over here to where you can change like how your candles are and go to your line graph. Now, just by looking at this, you should already see how much more powerful it's going. Like, look at this shit. It's too easy. When this line gets cut off, sell, buy. Look at this. Like, it's literally just line crossover. So this right here is really when you want to simplify market as best as possible. So let's just watch how this looks live so y'all can be like, oh, okay, I get it. So right here, look what we have. All right, everything is bearish. There's nothing bullish yet. All right. Now what happened? We get a crossover. This literally crosses up bullish as if it was a MACD. And let's see if our moving average is gonna fuck with us. What do we have as well? Like, this is beautiful. This right here is exactly what you want to see. You have all of your crossovers happening at one time. And again, you want to already have your bullish bias, okay? You don't want to take this shit because it's popping up like that. Have your bullish bias and let everything play itself out and work together. So when market plays out, it does its thing, right? And you see how he's able to ride that shit. And now you already saw how it looked on candlesticks. But yeah, that definitely is just something, a little pointer. If you are fucking with these indicators, but the candlesticks sometimes throw you off because it looks so junky or anything like that, you can easily change it to your line graph and see simple cutoffs. Or you can at least just change it to your line graph whenever you're looking for entry. And as you see, hopefully y'all can see how ugly fucking consolidation is. No reason to trade this, okay? So same exact way this looks ugly as fuck on lines, it's the same exact way for your candlesticks, okay? You're not gonna get into no position right here if your candlesticks are looking messy, okay? So damn sure don't do it with your lines looking messy like this. Like, it don't make no sense. But with the line graph, you're just able to see how clean a sell is, a buy, a sell. And sometimes like this move right here, you catch heavy momentum, and that shit is just beautiful. It's just great. Everything works out great together. So that should be it for this video. Everything is pretty straight on these indicators. So if you run these if you throw these on your charts right now, definitely go back test them on the 1 hour through the 4 hour. Do not do no crazy shit with these and just hop in live market and just take trades because the SAR gave you cutoff and now you rich nigga. Like, do not do that, okay? So you want to go in there, put all these charts, put all these indicators on your chart and back test. It's the weekend. I'm releasing this video right now on Friday, so go back and just back test. So when you come Monday, you're straight. I think we have a cutoff right now. Let me show you. Let's see what live market is looking like right now. So I think we have a cutoff on one pair. I don't know which pair it is though. Yeah, right here, Euro JPY. We have a cutoff right here. This is exactly what a live market cutoff looks like. Okay. Now I'm not saying go in here and buy fucking Euro JPY Sunday market open because we have a cutoff. Okay. I'm just saying this is what it looks like right now. And if you already had a bullish bias on Euro JPY, I mean, this is what's popping off. I mean, it's looking pretty clean, so you might be fucking with it. But besides that, everything should be good on this. Hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, definitely hit me up on Instagram or comment in the section below. This is gonna be the first YouTube video, so I hope y'all fucking with it. About to go crazy on all these strategies. I'm gonna give y'all hella shit to go ahead and study because it's too easy. Everyone out here needs to catch the bag together, so we all about to do that. And if y'all go crazy on this, if y'all go crazy on y'all's demo account, live account, don't fucking matter. If y'all have a blue screen from trading this strategy, send that shit to my Instagram or comment that shit below. Send it to me somewhere. I'm gonna have my stuff in the bio. But if you follow me on Instagram, damn sure send me your screenshot. I'm trying to see what's up with it. I'm trying to see that this shit work, not just for me, but for you as well. So if everything is working for y'all, please send that shit off to me. Hope everything goes straight, and we will definitely be catching the bag all year long.